Hi, you're watching Greenfield Community Television. I'm Bella Lavavi, and I'm here with Bart Bales.
Yeah, good to be here.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Sure, it's great. I've been on this different shows for this organization over the years, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So, Bart, you're promoting an event happening at the Academy of Music starting November 1st. What's going on?
Well, I'm part of an event happening at the Academy of Music, and it's something only seen once before, I think, in history. And that is a show that people are familiar with the name, The McAdo by Gilbert and Sullivan. But we're not doing the McAdo, we're doing the McAdo. The show is normally set in Japan, but it's been reset in Scotland. And so it's the McAdo. And so we'll be sporting kilts and appropriate attire for historic Scotland, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's a very good thing because there were some things in the McAdo that didn't land as well, and it's more fun to make fun of Scots. Scots are. A funny thing for me is that 3 years ago I wrote a show that was called From England and Scotland, the English-Scottish Experience, Welcome Yule. And so I'm steeped in this Scottish stuff, and then suddenly I hear that Valley Light Opera is doing this show, and it was like, oh, this matches me quite well. So I'm excited about that. And you say, and I'm a folk singer, traditional music person, and one day, many years ago, I was in the pub with a bunch of my mates, and we were singing traditional folk songs, and this table clapped for us. And I went over and said, why don't you sing us a song? And they proceeded to stand up and blast us out with Hail Poetry from the Pirates of Penzance. It's an 8-part chorus. And I was just sort of like, whoa. And they said, we ought to get some of these folks to be in the Pirates of Penzance. And so I went and tried out and became part of the group by having met them in a pub, which is not the typical way people get into singing light opera. But I've really enjoyed it over the years, off and on, to sing with this group. This is with a full orchestra, with very nice costuming and nice sets. And Gilbert and Sullivan is so funny. It's satirical. It's making fun of the nobility. And just expect, if you come to this, to have a lot of fun and laugh a lot, because it's full of humor and it's just a blast to be part of. And the orchestra, top-notch orchestra.
Awesome. So tell me about its relevance in politics today.
Well, political relevance. Just in the general sense that you should take leadership with a grain of salt, and that roles of who could do what are variable. It's a silly premise that lets a love story play out and lets this fella says he would give himself up for this beautiful woman who he adores, except for the fact that he adores himself even more. And it's that kind of silly humor, and the McAdo is clearly a flawed individual. He's the leader. You know, you can imagine someone who revels in making silly rules for people, and it's very funny. there's a, oddly enough, there's going to, well, I shouldn't tell you that. Should I tell you that?
Why don't you tell us?
For some reason, there is a maypole in this show. So with maidens tripping around the maypole, weaving the ribbons onto the pole, and that's kind of cool. And there's some Scottish dancing in this show. There's the women's chorus in this show has got some really, in addition to the leads who are very, very good, has got some really good voices particularly in the women's chorus. And for this show, I've done leads for this organization before, but for this show, I'm just helping out in the chorus myself. And so we're just focusing on having a lot of fun. I get to have a little extra fun in the show because I'm, as you could tell, I'm a tiny, timid fellow.
Totally.
I'm actually quite tall, so it's funny to see a large person, tall person, be easily frightened, I think. So some people will get a kick out of that.
Awesome.
So
why don't you tell me how do I get tickets and what are the dates of this Scottish opera?
Yeah, this is again called the McAdo, and it's at the Academy of Music. It's 2 weekends, starting November 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then again on this following weekend, 8th, 9th, 10th. And the Fridays are night performances, and the Saturday and Sundays are matinees at 1:30. The Fridays are at 7:30, and you can get tickets from the box office at the Academy of Music. Or I think, and I should know this and I don't know this, you could also, if you want to find out more about this and any other ticket locations, you might want to go to VLO.org, which is short for Valley Light Opera. And this opera company has been around for many years now. A whole generation of singers have gone through it. And so I think you'll have a great time, and I really encourage you to come and bring your friends and neighbors and talk it up. Look it up at VLO.org and call into the Academy of Music or go onto their website and get tickets. There are other I think there are other ticket locations which I unfortunately don't have in my head right now, but go to VLO.org.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
And we'll see you at the Academy of Music.
There you go.
Thanks for watching.